We've just had our power meeting, getting ready to begin the recording session. So that was with our head engineer, co-producer Steve Bartlett, and our amazing composer, Cassie Shankman. So as we're talking about beats per minute, it's a key in these audio files. Cassie's written and composed the piece for children with cerebral palsy at 50 beats per minute, but knowing that each one of the score parts has a range. Some of that range can be up to 108 beats per minute. And in the meeting, Stephen was talking about what he could do, and as far as compression and expanding the sound so it doesn't warp, so it still sounds normal, versus certain pieces in the score, like the knee bends or some of the arm swingers, just some of the other tonal parts that we can't move from 50 beats per minute up to 108. They're each going to have a range. So those are all real key fundamental structures that we first needed to work out. Which parts in the score with cerebral palsy we expect to be able to get a lot more tempo range out without as much engineering compression, and then emotional context ideas, the musicality part beyond the just functional movement. Cassie's been training and talking and working on this project for 2 months. It was difficult for her at first as a musician to just sit down and play with the idea of cerebral palsy, functional rehab, not just composing and playing a kid's piece, but doing it with the idea of keeping the motor system smooth and coordinated and emotions engaged with the forward movement, but without throwing musical parts in there like a swing or a syncopation that would actually throw the kids off or cause problems with their walking. Even though it might make them happy and get excited, that's cool, but we're trying to keep them walking better. So she's going to start because she's a composer, she's been working it. Sean, our saxophonist, is going to be listening and getting the idea and getting to the groove. He's already had his orientation this morning to the idea of project and is really excited, but it's very different for him. So that's kind of where we are right now. We're excited to go in the next phase, which is actually doing our first recordings. And you can hear our first one, Cassie Shankman on the grand piano. So we're excited. This is great. Good team. It's going to be a lot of collaboration and exploring. Like Christopher Columbus. He didn't know exactly where he's going, but he had the idea, and we know where we're going, how to get there. I think we're going to create it right now together, and that's exciting.